dealership.
All right. Welcome to all the students. Welcome to this class. We are very happy to have you here. And in this 2025 year, semester 1, we welcome you and we hope that you will enjoy this module. And we trust that you will learn a lot. This module has a lot of information and a lot of practical knowledge that you will gain. So we would appreciate it if students put their minds to studying from the beginning of the semester and work consistently according to a study plan. You will do very well. So what are we going to do in this class? This is a very important class. I've made this class compulsory. But for those students who could not attend, I know a lot of my students are working or you have clashes with other classes, you have to watch this video recording then, which I will upload later today. So today we're going to be just giving you an orientation of the course. So all those questions you have, where do I start? What do I do? How do I do it? How many assessments we have? All of that will be answered today. Also, important thing that we will be answering and showing you is academic integrity. Because what we see is that students do a lot of things that violate academic integrity, and then you are penalized and you fail the exams and you fail the assessments because you're not reading all the policy documents. So if you're not doing all of that from the onset, we're going to have a problem. So what I am going to do today is I'm going to explain that to you as well and show you what is expected of you from the beginning of the year. So that's why this class is compulsory. If you do not attend it live, you need to watch the recording because you know that we have shared all the information that you need. Okay, Mr. Ntimbani will do the course overview on Moodle, and if he's not able to join, because I know he's in another meeting as well, then I will do it with you. So we'll begin with a welcome. Now, I want to explain to you about this module. Okay, a lot of students think that communication is just something that happens and something that you can, think about, and it's general knowledge. Actually, not. Although we're all communicating in different ways, we have different ways of communicating. So the purpose of communication is actually to minimize misinterpretations as much as possible and to create as clear communication as possible. And this module focuses specifically on having clear communication in business context. That means in your organization, in your workplace. Remember, an organization doesn't have to be very large. It could be large organization, small organization. It could be small organizations, it could be little groups. It depends on what type of working environment you have. But whatever it is, this is what we are going to be teaching you. And you will learn a lot about yourself while we're going through this course. All right. So there are two lecturers for this course. That's myself and Mr. Ntimbani. You will meet him during the classes as well if you do not meet him today. So these lecturers' details, you will find them in your tutorial letter 101 as well, and on the course site, which I will show you now. But if you don't, it's on these slides. These are our details. If you need to get hold of us and you're not, remember, lecturers are not only teaching. We have very different modules that we teach, and that's not the only aspect of our work. We do other things as well. We're involved in lots of different activities and tasks and research and things. So if we are not available and you have an urgent message, please, when I say urgent, it doesn't have to be a life and death. It doesn't have everything does not become a life and death situation. That I can't find my a MOOC tab and you send 100 emails to everyone. I can't log into my UNISA. There's certain things are not life and death situations where things are very, very urgent. And things that need to be done urgently. Then you can email the secretary. Otherwise, wait for the lecturers to respond to you. Because, if everything becomes urgent, then the mailboxes are full and we really cannot attend to all of the emails in time. Okay. For e-tutor administrator queries, Mrs. Anastasia Mukwevu, you can contact her. You will be allocated an e-tutor later in the semester. I don't think allocations have started as yet. I want to explain what an e-tutor is. An e-tutor is not a lecturer. So the main course site is the lecturer site and what we do. The e-tutor site usually ends with an E. I'll show you how it's formulated. And the e-tutor is there to actually facilitate certain things. And they are trained by us, by the lecturers, and they facilitate one-on-one basis help, should I say. They're not going to give you responses and answers and that, but they will facilitate your learning. Like certain things and concepts that are very difficult to unpack or understand, they will be helping you with those aspects. All right. But once the e-tutors sites are set up, you will get a link to it, and then we will explain to you how that works. We have a Telegram site, a platform. It is an announcement basis only. It's not a chat group, right? There's too much communication taking place, and we cannot manage with all of the communication that takes place everywhere. So the main form of communication is email. We have these classes as well, and your discussion forums on my UNISA. All right, so those are the main forms of communication. I've seen some students sending me direct messages from the Moodle site. Please do not do that. It becomes very difficult to manage. If you have a question, send an email, please. That is very, very important to understand. So send an email, we will respond to you, or put it on the discussion forum. And some students can help with the responses where what the response is. Like certain questions are repetitive, and some of the information is on the site. A lot of the information is on the course site. So if you know where it is, you let us know. So Telegram is just going to duplicate the announcements in case we have an issue with Moodle. Sometimes Moodle goes down. Remember now there's a lot of students logging in, so we might get some downtime. It's always a possibility. So we post quick announcements on the Telegram group. Sekopotso, do you have a question? Okay.
I have a question.
Yes, go on.
How do we submit our assignments?
Okay, I'm going to be answering all that during the session now. Please, if you can pay attention. Have you already started studying?
Yes.
Have you studied everything? Do you know what you need to do for the assessments? Do you know how many assessments we have?
For this course, yes, it's 5.
No, there isn't 5 assessments. Please pay attention to the class. I'm going to be answering all those questions now and show you everything, all right?
Okay.
All right, students, we need to define key concepts. What is communication? First of all, like I told you, communication is not just something that happens. It's a two-way transmission of information and meaning from one person or group to another. This is a definition of communication that we're going to use for this course. And we're going to show you different models of communication as well. So communication in business context, it would basically mean the creation and transmission of messages between people who work together to achieve organizational goals. So this is the focus of this module. So everything you'll see, even our assessments, our case studies, all get back to the organizational setting. Okay. So the general advantages of communication: saving time and money, being more efficient with decision making, successful problem solving, increased productivity, and all of this means better relationships. So, if you do not have focused strategic communication, communication that you understand, you're going to have a problem in the business setting. All right. Now, this module was commissioned by the South African Institute of Chartered Accountants because it felt that accountants finish their courses, finish their degrees, but they do not have communication skills. They cannot communicate their finances. They cannot communicate everything that they have to communicate to their clients, to each other, to laymen. They do not know how to do that, and they do not do that successfully. That's why we have this introductory course in communication. So it's an introductory course. It teaches you the basics of business communication. So what does this course involve? Now, I tell you this because everything is so important and interlinked in your assessments and in your learning. So as you're learning, focus on all these sections, because once you have the assessments in front of you, you will be assessed on all these aspects. And I'm going to show you how that works. And I don't only want you to focus on assessments only. I want you to focus on applying it in your daily life and in your business, in your workplace as well. You're going to see that there's a lot of practical skills we're going to be giving you. So we have communication sections and we have language sections. All right. Now, the communication sections you'll see are learning units 1, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And what we usually do is we take all of these communication sections and we integrate it with your language sections to form different business texts and that. You're going to see that a lot of application that's going to be taking place in your writing. Okay. So please make sure that you understand these modules. We've already uploaded pre-recorded videos for you. And I'm going to show you that and how that's going to work. The language sections, that's learning units 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And each of them builds up on the other. You might say, why do I need to read these language grammar toolkits and all that? They're very, very important. Because if you do not do that, you're not going to understand how to write because each of these aspects build on the other. All right. Now, the focus, that means how do we focus on your writing skills and on learning? You'll see we are very focused on the correct format and technical presentation of various business documents, the correct language, punctuation, grammar, and writing fluency, and we want you to have a sound theoretical knowledge of communication. All right. You're going to give you basic communication theory. That's all of these together will form your module. And that's how we assess. You'll see all the rubrics for all the assessments, and each question has these 3 sections. So in your assessments, if you focus on one section and not on the other 2 sections, you lose out on a lot of marks. All right. So what we expect from you here is we want you to be very, very professional in the way you learn, the way you communicate, and the way you present yourself, the way you type your emails to us, the way you type out your assessments and submit it to us. Everything has to be professional. A lot of students fail because they do not focus on those aspects, although we point it out from the beginning of the course. All right. Now, your specific learning outcomes, you will see they are in your study guide on pages 13 and 14. Please have a look at that. You will see that everything relates back to the business field and your accounting practice, right? So we want you to be sensitive to the importance of communication in the accounting practice. You must be able to analyze a communication situation in a business context in terms of target audience, purpose, and content. Can you see it's very, very focused communication? So we talk of target audience, purpose, and content for every business document that you're writing. That's why when you're reading the language sections also, you'll see that we teach you about different persuasive skills and all of that, so that when you're writing, you can apply your communication knowledge to that form of writing. And if we don't see that, then you're going to fail the module, because how are you going to have a specific document for a specific target audience with a specific purpose if you do not understand those basics? All right. We want you to respond appropriately when considering the specific characteristics of your target audience, purpose, and content for specific documents. And you must apply language appropriately in your communication activities. And remember, this is business writing. So business writing is usually done in English, all right? And business writing is mostly formal. There are some places where you can be slightly impersonal, but you do not move to a completely informal level of communication like you're speaking to a friend. Okay. So even if you're writing a business letter, you can use certain levels of personal tones of address, but it has to be limited, right? You shouldn't bridge the boundary of being formal, that formal space of business communication. Okay. So important. I'm bringing this up from the beginning. So when you get your assignment back and you have scored badly, you will not ask me why you've scored badly because you know exactly what happened. If you ignore these technical presentation and plagiarism guidelines, we are very strict on that, and you're going to be marked down. You're going to be penalized on that. So when I talk of technical presentation, I'm teaching you business communication. I do not expect you to submit a poorly formulated assessment to me. All right. So that makes sense. It would be double standards if I'm teaching you business communication and you can just submit anything, a rough draft of something, something that's not that doesn't have headings and numbering and proper formatting of text and proper language, or something that has a table of contents. I don't expect you to submit an ill formulated document to me. I'm teaching you business communication, professional communication. I expect you to communicate to me professionally. So the way you're going to communicate in your emails to me, in your writing, in your speaking, and in your assessments. Remember, that's where we're going to see what have you learned from this course. Okay, so I expect all of that, and that's why I provide guidance on all. I don't say I expect it without guiding you. I guide you on all those aspects. And I'm going to show you about everything that I've included. Now, some of the questions that you have about study material. Let me start off firstly. This is a fully online course. That means you're not going to get any printed study materials. Okay, so that's number one. The second thing, your prescribed materials. What prescribed materials do you have? There's no prescribed or recommended books for this course. That means you don't have to go out and buy anything. All right. You only have one study guide. Right? The study guide is available in PDF format for your convenience if you want to download it. But remember, we're not working with paper behind class. It is an online course, so you can interact with the course online with your classes and your lessons as well. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay. So you only have to download the study guide, but the study guide must be associated and must be used in conjunction with the compulsory online resources. Now you'll wonder, why do we have online resources separately from the study guide? Okay, you must remember that we update the content a lot of the module. So we use a lot of open educational resources. And these open educational resources get updated all the time. So we do update them, and it becomes easier to update content in that way, and you get the latest information about things. You'll see that over the years, we've added more learning units. We've actually added one more learning unit, but we've added different aspects of the learning units to the course. It's all to help you with your course. And these online resources are available on the course site. I'm going to show you the course site now. And then what do we have? Important aspect of your learning material are the announcements. Please, students, I know you get an email once I send out an announcement. I've seen a lot of students that responded to me after I sent out that email reminding you about the class today, which is good. Sometimes the emails do get a bit delayed. So I want you to go onto the course site and have a look at the announcements now and again to see in case there's a change in the class schedule. Remember, things happen. Sometimes they have a strategic planning meeting for the whole week all of a sudden, so we can't have the class, so we might just move a class. Things like that. We might have a conference that comes up and we need to go to the conference. So things like that happen. You are all working, many of you are working, so you understand that. So look at the announcements. There's important information there. Sometimes an assessment policy changes, an assessment structure changes, depending on what the university, what changes the university or the department is going through, or the module itself. Okay, so please have a look at that. Your schedule of classes, I've already published that on the welcome page. You'll see it, and it's in the announcements as well. And I'm going to show you that now. I'm going to give you the My Modules tour now. And now you'll see on the My Module site. Let me explain this to you. UNISA has two different systems working on My UNISA. The one system is internal. That's when you go to the My admin site. Like if you log into My UNISA, if you click on this, and you'll see there are three different tabs. The one tab tells you My modules, and the other one links you to the My admin tab. Third one is for SBL, student of business leadership. It's not important for me to discuss that. So if you go into the My admin tab, that's where you get all your exam submission, no, sorry, your exam timetable, your exam admission, I wanted to say, sorry, not submission, your exam admission, your exam timetables, your financial details, and all those things. Those are your things. Some students go there and they look at the modules you registered for. I would like you to even submit your assignments, not on the My Admin tab, but on the My Modules tab. So that's the tab I'm discussing. The My Admin tab is controlled by UNISA internally. All right. So if you have a problem with that, you have a different email address for that. And then if you go into the My Module site, it takes you to the Moodle site, and that's where all your course material is. And that's where that is handled externally. So it's an external site. You'll see that Moodle is used by many universities because it's an external application. So we have external people working on it for us. So if you have a problem with that, there's a different email for that. So if you want to go onto My UNISA, you know what to do. You're going to, oh, sorry. I'm going to share my slides again. Slides just stopped for a moment. I'm sorry about that. Okay, do any students have any questions at the moment? Nothing at the moment? Okay, you guys seem to be okay. All right, I'll just go through this quickly and then I'm going to open the floor for questions. Okay, this slide decided to. Just give me one moment. I'll have to open my slides again. Okay, great.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good
Ms.
afternoon.
Osman and also the student. I'm not sure there are two links running together. It's like there is a message from some students indicating that another meeting didn't start. So I'm not sure how can we work around that.
Is something going on there? I wonder why this. I'm going to check on that. Dzunisani, would you like to do the My Modules tour in the meantime?
Yes, I can do that.
Yes, okay. You've got sharing rights, right?
No, you can allow me to share. In the meantime, while you are allowing me to share, Nolitando want to say
Okay.
something.
Let me
The floor
see.
is yours.
Okay.
Hi everyone.
Hello?
Hi everyone.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, we do
Hi.
hear you.
Okay. So I just wanted to know the Telegram's channel's name so that I can search it because I missed that part. I heard that you said that there are announcements that are made there. Hello.
It's okay. I think
Hello.
Ms. Osman will share the link with you within this session.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
The second question, maybe before I move, is it Ntimbani?
Hello.
Yes.
Right. Pardon me, please. I wanted to find out. I am doing CBC 1501 on semester 2. I wanted to find out, like, is there gonna be this class again, or I have to attend now, or
Now,
since others are doing it?
We'll still have other classes in second semester, but if you are free or you want to be ahead, it won't be bad if you also join this one because the content is the same. What will be different is the assessment. So, but the content will be teaching more or less similar things. So can we move? Maybe you'll ask question, maybe when I'm done with showing you, taking you through the tour around the tools that we have on the module side. Then I will give you a chance to ask questions either in the middle or somewhere at the end. Thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Dzunisani Ntimbani. As my colleague has introduced me or alluded something about my name early. So those ones with questions, I'll give you a chance somewhere in the middle or when we move along. So I just want to take you through what we have or what you are having on the Moodle site. So when you open your Moodle site, especially on this module or course, you will have the welcome page. So on the welcome page, we are welcoming you to this module, and we are also sharing with you what the module is all about. And some of the things my colleague has already spoken about them, that will be teaching you communication skills, which will include writing skills, spoken communication, and including the language. So other things that we do, especially in terms of writing, remember it's a communication in business context. So it will be things that you apply at workplace, like your memorandum, your letter, and also your essay to check your critical thinking skills. And we'll also include referencing to make sure that you don't just copy information and share with us. So these are some of the skills that you will learn in this module. And some of the information is what my colleague have already shared or what you find in this welcome page. So at a welcome page, you also find the videos that we have prepared. Because while I'm speaking about the videos, previous year we had many sessions, but this year we are doing it differently. We'll only have few live or online sessions. So you will have to rely on the recorded sessions. Like for example, you will have the session with me towards the end of this month. But before we have that session, we request you to go and watch the recording of learning unit 1, 2, up to 5. So that when you come to the session, we can have engagement rather than a session where we teach, like maybe in high school or classroom, but we'll just speak about the important things or the key concept in those learning units. So please, you see the first video that we have, and also we do have other videos. When you scroll down on the welcome page, you will find many videos that we have. So when you check on the left side of your tools, you have the prescribed material. Remember, my colleague has already indicated we don't have the prescribed material for this course, but we do have official study material. So under official study material, you normally find our tutorial letters 101 and 301. So this is what you find. And I think you will also find the study guide. So before you do any task in this module, we'll advise you to go through tutorial letter 101, because tutorial letter 101 will tell you where to find things, how to do things, and your lecturers, your admin, how to find the librarian and so forth. And then you also have announcements. Like today we are having a session, so we had something or announcement that we announced that we'll have a session, and we post various type of things, like for example the academic integrity. So anything that we want to let you know, we will share that via announcement, and the announcement will come via to your email to indicate that we have a class today and maybe we'll have another class on this day. So all those things, the announcements, you find them where? Under announcements. So we also have the assessment one, which I believe will upload it very soon, or it will be ready very soon. Where in assessment one, I think you will do our SMQ, if I'm not mistaken. So assessment number two, it will be a written one where you will have to write the long questions, and we'll share with you very soon the question. And then assessment three, it will be our final assessment, which will sort of replace or be your examination. It carries a higher mark or percentage towards the contribution of the final mark. So furthermore, we also have a discussion tool where will allow you either to discuss with us about a certain topic or with your peers. So you can post whatever discussion you want to have here. I see others already, they were discussing. We see Courage there have said something. We see Dimpo as well have said something. Some they have spoken about study group. So no problem to create a study group, but just know that whatever you create outside of us, it's not monitored by us. You do it at your own risk. So we are just saying this so that you shouldn't blame us. We are not saying that you shouldn't meet, do group study together. It's okay, but we are just want to let you know that we won't be responsible. So my colleague have already indicated that you can download the study guide, but at the same time, we also have this content online. So for example, I can study my learning unit one online without downloading. And I can even check the activities that are there. For example, I have the learning outcome of learning unit one. For example, the first one recognizes the importance of communication. So it's what you need to learn, that what is the importance of communication after learning this learning unit and other things that you need to know. So I want to check the introduction. I hate downloading. So you can read about the introduction, what is communication, what other scholars are saying about this communication, the skills that you can learn. So you find it within this learning unit. And then another thing that maybe I need to show you, we also have the online resources for this module. So if you want the online resources, you can also click on online resources. You'll find all online resources that we have, different online resources. Like for example, I said that we have recorded sessions about videos of the previous sessions. We also have recorded sessions about the formats. Let's say we are going to require you to write a memo. So already in these online resources, we have given you a resources that give you structure and how to write a memo. And let's say you want to learn about referencing. There is a recording about referencing, and we have something again on reading language and grammar and so forth. So we have various type of things or tools that you can use, and all of these can benefit you. So I wonder if so far somebody has a question or we are still fine. Or there is something that you feel like you want me to go into details regarding any tool or any topic as far as this module is concerned. CL, I see your name.
Yes.
Yes.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I do hear you.
I wanted to ask, sir, I saw the title of the message that you sent us, it was compulsory. So I was wondering, because there are some people who are working. So if ever one can't really attend, how can they access or get things that were discussed during that time? For an example, you started around 12, maybe you found that around 12 I'm still busy. How can I access and get the knowledge from what you were talking about earlier?
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for that question. So this meeting or the session is being recorded now. So remember, we are communication people. So sometimes we need to sort of promote or encourage you to do some things. So I think that compulsory was just to encourage, but this session is recorded and we'll share with you at the end, the recording.
Oh,
thank you.
okay.
And then is it NN? All right, if NN is not coming through, Mohammed, come through.
Hi,
Hello.
can you hear me?
Yes, I do hear you.
I just wanted to know, there's kind of a textbook, the PDF version of a textbook under the module. And then there's also these things that's on your screen now, the online resources for each learning unit. Is the textbook like sufficient for us if we go through just the textbook, or do we use the textbook along with these PDF files?
Mhm. For clarity, Mohammed, no, we don't really have a textbook for this book. We have study guide, and
Yes,
also
yes,
that
yes, yes.
study guide is divided into learning units that are
Yeah,
posted online. So it will depend with our questions. So sometimes our questions we want you to research further. As much as you have the study guide, will require you to go and do further research, or we can also give you other additional resources that you will have to use. So I wonder if that answer is sufficient.
yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
Thanks.
thank you. Um,
Students have to use the online resources with the study guide. You'll see that the study guide doesn't have all the information. It has some activities. It doesn't have all. You can't pass by just using the study guide. You have to use the online resource. Like I've said earlier, I know some students came in a bit late because of that confusion with the link. We'll investigate what happened. It could be a problem from my side. Maybe I'll have to check if I've put in the wrong link somewhere or what happened. We'll just check, and we're sorry about that. But anyway, you have to use the online resources in conjunction with your study guide. You'll see the most important information. So you study learning unit by learning unit. So you'll see learning unit 1 doesn't have an online resource. So study your learning unit 1. And then if you're doing your learning unit 2 and 3, you'll see there's an online resource for it. You need to study that in conjunction with the online learning resource. All the main information will be in the online learning resource, and we summarize some content in the study guide. You cannot pass the module by just looking at the study guide alone. So please have a look at it. A lot of especially from learning units 2 to 10 have online learning resources. Learning units 1 and 11 don't have that. So please, you need to download everything together. Please go on, Mr. Ntimbani.
I did invite an N, or I'm not sure if it's a historical hand. Okay, TM. Okay, Stacy. The floor is yours.
Okay, why am I being muted? Because I was okay.
I do hear you,
Can
or
you
we
hear
do
me
hear
now?
you. Yes.
Okay. So the recording for this session, like in all the other sessions coming up, where would you post that?
Okay, we can post this in various platforms, but in most cases we post it on the welcome page. But at the same time, we can also include it on the announcement or additional resources. Is it fine, Ms. Osman?
Yes,
The answer.
Dzunisani, please show them the welcome page. Go onto the welcome page and show them where we put everything. Everything is, you'll see if you go onto the welcome page. Now, Dzunisani, just show them, we're clicking on the read more. It opens up the welcome page, has all the information you need. Go slowly, Dzunisani. You'll see we've got everything about your module. We tell you how to navigate the site. We tell you about the module. Please go down, Dzunisani. We give you assessment schedule here. Please go down. Yes, this is also a small video that shows you how to assess things. Move down, Dzunisani, please. Go right down to the bottom of the page. See, all the lecturers' details, everything's on the welcome page. So all the information you're asking us, everything is on the welcome page. Go down, even on your study guides, your online learning resources. We tell you, everything we're telling you now is on the welcome page. Move down, Dzunisani. The Telegram link is also there. If you click on that, you get onto the Telegram page. So you can just join using that link. Please go down. We tell you about the course being a fully online course. Please go down. There's a full assessment structure. We tell you exactly how the assessments work, the weightings, the dates they open and close, what you need to do. Go down, Dzunisani. And go to the online learning classes now. Please go down. Yes, can you see online classes and videos? Move down. Dzunisani, go to the schedule of classes. Now, can you see the live classes? We've got the class there today. At the bottom, please go down a bit more. See the video link and link to slides. I've got it under each class. So I'll post the video there and the link to the slides. I'm just going to have a look. It looks like maybe either this link or the link in the announcement, maybe I didn't change it correctly. That's why students went into a wrong class. I'm not sure what happened there, but I'll have a look and I'll sort that out for you. But everything is on this page. Dzunisani, please go down and show them the pre-recorded videos as well that we keep talking about. Can you see we've got 5 live classes and then we've got all the pre-recorded classes there for each module. For each learning unit, in the module. For each learning unit, we've got a pre-recorded class where we give you an overview of each learning unit. It's very important to go through it. You'll see we apply a lot of the concepts in the classes as well. So study your learning units, go through the video. Study your learning unit, go through a video. Even on academic writing, remember I told you we want academically sound writing and things. We tell you how to do it. We're going to teach you step by step, but we need your dedication to this as well. All right. So can you see we've got everything is already there. There's slides there. If you click on there, you'll get slides as well. You've got a video as well. So you can do it in your own time. Okay. I hope that makes sense. And the online learning resources, Dzunisani showed you, it's under additional resources, right? And all your assessments, somebody asked us about assessments. Dzunisani, please go down to the assessments. All 3 assessments will be here. Please click. Can you see assessment 1 is there? You need to click on the read more. Please click on read more, Dzunisani. No, not onto, go back onto the welcome page. The assessments haven't opened, so you won't see them now. Go down. Yes, go down a little bit more. Under the assessments, I want to go show the students the assessments. They were asking where to submit the assessments and where to find the assessments. This is where you find them all.
The assessment, here they are. When the assessment. So this is the first one, which is a quiz assessment one.
Please scroll down a little bit more. Yes, which show more. The orange there. Orange.
You want to show the other 2? Okay.
Yes. Can you see all 3 assessments are here? So you don't have to go to another exam site or anything for your final portfolio. Also, you're going to go here. Go into this links. You will get your assessments here. You will do your assessments here. And for assessment 2 and 3 are written ones. You will download the assessment here and upload it to the same space. So I hope that answers all your questions, students. So everything is here. So Dzunisani, please go a little down. Show them how to use the online lessons. Please click on to Learning Unit 1. Let's start. And can you see you can study online? This is what we want you to do. So you can go into each learning unit separately. Click on to Learning Unit 1. Can you see as you get into this thing, it's going to show you how to get through each learning unit step by step. And wherever you stop, you can start again. We've just provided the PDF for you because many students like the PDF, right? And like to work on their own offline. But working online is something you should start learning to do. So even if you're on the bus, on your commute to work or back from work, if you're not driving, or in your lunch hour, you can open your phone and see, okay, you know what, I was busy with learning unit 1, let me continue. And it will show you exactly where you stopped. If you stopped at 1.3, the next thing will say, you stopped at 1.3. Do you want to start here? You want to start again? So it's good to go through this as well. I hope this makes sense to you, students. Is everything clear now? Do you have other questions on the site?
AP.
Okay, good. I'm glad for that. Dzunisani, are you still showing them on the site? I want to show them the where to find the academic integrity course, and I want to discuss a little bit about academic integrity. Is that okay?
Let me take questions for 5 minutes, and then you'll proceed.
Okay,
so I saw AP, the hand, it's up.
Okay, good day, Dzunisani.
Yes.
I just have a question based on the written assessment. Once I click on that written assessment and I download it, to upload, is there any instruction there on how should I upload my assessment? Because obviously the quiz one, you just write and write it, and at the end it's written, finish, and then you submit. So is it the same thing as the written one?
Asha, you are comfortable to answer, or should I try to
I can
answer?
answer. I can answer.
Okay.
It's no problem.
Mm.
What you're going to do is that on that same space, you go back into where you go into assessment 2. We usually upload a PDF. You won't see it now unless it opens, right? We upload the PDF. You have to download the PDF, open it, do your assessment. When it's time to submit, you open the same thing again. It says upload a file. Can you see? It's not going to give us, you know what, if you go onto student view, maybe you see onto student view, you will be able to upload it from there. Maybe go into student view, switch role. Let's see if it shows, because it's not student role. Click on student. Yeah. Yeah, I know. You know what's the problem? The portal is not open as yet, but you will be able to submit here. It will ask you to be able to submit. You see, there's a submission status page. It will tell you to start when it opens. Now it's not open at the moment. So you will just upload it there, but I'm going to discuss a little bit about the uploading because it goes through Turnitin, and I'm going to discuss that now once Dzunisani is done. But I hope that is clear. So assessment 2 and assessment 3, although assessment 3 is your exam portfolio, it's done on this site. You don't go to any exam site. All right. So everything is just on this site. I hope that's clear. That's fine.
Thank you.
Perfect. Any other questions?
Who's here? Who's in the question?
Hi.
Hello?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, we do hear you.
Okay, I wanted to ask if do you need to study all 11 learning units for assessment 1?
Yes,
No.
all our assessments cover all 11 learning units. You'll see that the assessments only open after we've done all 11 units in class.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okay.
One more question.
Can you just unmute yourself and start speaking? Yes.
No, sir.
No, sorry, the question that was just being asked by the recent lady, it seems like Dzunisani wanted to say no to those 11 learning units.
No,
Maybe I'm wrong.
I didn't want to say no. I wanted to say the details will be available in the assessment document. So, but it's the same information that Asha have said, that whatever we want you to do will be available within the assessment document.
We set the assessments together. We can't have different views. We have the same views.
So the information that is there is where it's in the assessment document. So the assessment document will also emphasize that for you to do this assessment, you must study all 11 learning units.
It's also written on the welcome page under the assessments. It tells you to study learning units 1. So Dzunisani, just show them where that assessment is. And you know where the assessment schedule is on a welcome page? It's written there already.
Okay, let me...
Just show them that. And then I'm going to, you see what, we've just got 10 minutes. I want to go through the academic integrity, and then we'll answer questions again after that, right?
See my hand.
We don't see anything on the site.
Yeah, I'm trying to share.
Welcome page again, yeah. Yes. Open the welcome page, the read more, yeah.
I need to go up.
You need to, yes, open that and scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, a little bit more. Here's it. Look, we've got everything. Stop under assessment what? Learning units 1 to 11 and all instructional materials. Can you see that? It's already on the site. So the message is not different. That's why we've got the assessments later, because you need to finish all 11 learning units. Now you'll see our next class is in 2 weeks' time. But before that, you need to study learning units 1 to 5. You need to go through all 5 learning units in those 2 weeks. So try and make sure you go through those learning units, go through we've got those pre-recorded videos and all that, and your learning units, study them learning unit to learning unit in those 2 weeks. Take out some time, go through it, make your notes, and then we will answer all your questions in learning units 1 to 5 in the class. You see, whatever questions you have, whatever you're not sure of, we will answer for you. All right, so that you cover that. So we have an interactive class. It's not just us talking. I hope that makes sense to you. All right.
Yeah, we are taking more questions, and then Ms.
Dzunisani-
Osman will move on.
Yes.
Let me take is it Chanel? And I'll choose the last one. Chanel, come through. Okay. Chanel is not coming through. Tebugo?
Thank you, sir. I wanted to ask in terms of the assessment. I heard people saying they can refer to study unit 1 and study unit 2 while they're doing the assessment. Is that true?
Well, we never said that. We said now the details about the assessment 1, you find it on the assessment schedule. 2, in the assessment document. That assessment will write the instructions there, like for example, that you must study all the learning units and other instructions. You'll find it there, not really learning unit 1 and 2.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, and then we are taking the last question because most of the things that we are explaining, it's either it's available on the welcome page or on the assessment schedule. So we are just taking the last one. The last one, Willard.
Okay, it looks like this person is
All
not
right.
here.
Okay.
Okay, so I wanted to ask, how are you? So, good things. So, with all this, the modules, are we able to, like, the learning units, are we able to download any of this? I'm just saying, I'm just asking this, referring to like when we ran out of data, and can we download this? Is any of this downloadable?
Yes, Chidis, I'm not sure you joined late, but either Aisha or myself, we have already indicated we have all 11 learning units as a study guide, but separately, we also have them online. So if you don't have data, the day you have data, download the study guide, and then you can read the study guide, which have all 11 learning units. And we also have them online. So it's up to you. You want to download the document, have it wherever, or print it out, or you want to study online. Thank you, guys. Let me allow my colleague to proceed with the other things that we have to share with you. And probably we'll take other questions later.
Okay. Thank you, Dzunisani. Dzunisani, can you stop sharing that I can share my screen, please?
Okay.
Thank you
No,
so
I have
much.
stopped sharing. I think you were sharing. It's no longer sharing because it's giving me share option. Yeah, you were sharing a letter.
Okay. Can everybody see that? Okay. Thank you, students. Students, please, you need to be sure, go onto the welcome page. All the information is there, like we said. All this that you're asking, how many assessments, where's the links, everything is on the welcome page. Every single thing, the classes, the videos, the uploads, it's organized very well. You will see the assessment structure, what's the marks, the allocations, the weightings, everything is there. And you remember, you need to study each learning unit in conjunction with the online learning resource. You need to download those online learning resources with your study guide as well. All right. So please make sure you download all of that. And you can just go directly to the additional resources on My UNISA. Everything is there within folders. All right. Now, you have to do this academic integrity MOOC. Remember, we shared this in the announcements. This is the letter that was shared. This is the link you have to click on. If you have any problems with the MOOC, you need to email these people. Unfortunately, lecturers do not have access to those platforms, right? You need to contact them, all right? So once you get onto that page, onto that academic integrity page, this is onto that MOOC page. Once you click on that link, this is where you will find the UNISA Academic Integrity course. You need 4 hours to complete it. If you have any problems with it, I told you what who to email. That email is in the PDF, it's in the announcements as well. And you also need to finish the UNISA first year experience course. All those questions you ask, how to upload an assignment, how to download an assignment, a lot of it is answered here. All right, a lot of it is answered here. So please go into here and see what you need to do. All right, and finish the academic integrity course. You don't have to complete this separately for each module that you do. You just complete it for the semester once only. You don't have to do it for each module. It's the same integrity course that all our students have to do when you're joining as a first year student. All right. So I hope that makes sense to you. Another final thing I wanted to show you under additional resources here. Please go into additional resources. Look, I've got different folders here. Download all the folders. You've got a declaration of originality as well, and all your rules on plagiarism and that. You will need this declaration for both your written assignments. So download it. It's in Word format already. There's your online learning resources, technical presentation guidelines, your tutorial letters, even your study guide is a PDF. Everything is here, right? So I hope that makes sense to you. Now, what I want to discuss with you is academic integrity. Just please pay attention. This is very, very important for you to go through and understand. Just give me one moment to share my slides. Okay, students, we have a lot of problems with students and academic integrity. So this is an issue that is universal in UNISA, and especially our module, we've seen that a lot with students. A lot of our students failed, and a lot of them going to disciplinary hearings because they fail to acknowledge this. Some of you know about it, and I see you all starting those WhatsApp groups. Those are very, very dangerous things that you're doing. Those WhatsApp groups, a lot of wrong information goes into those WhatsApp groups. You need to look at the lecturer's site and the announcements for the information that you want. And a lot of content is being copied on those groups, and a lot of people are using that to plagiarize. So please, whether you're doing it advertently or inadvertently, please stay out of that. I'm going to explain to you what is plagiarism. In case you're not sure, I'm sure some of you know some things, but not everything about plagiarism. Copying and pasting from each other, copying from each other, that's all plagiarism. There's no group work allowed in this module, right? There's no group work. We're not doing group work. You're a first year student. We want you to engage with this communication content, and most of you are finance or accounting students. We want you to learn how to write, and you need to do that on your own. You can't do that in a group. If you are more experienced in the writing, then you can go into group work in year 2 or whatever, but not in this course, all right? So very important. If you're going to submit each other's work, you're going to get 0. We had students having that, all right? Now, the types of unoriginal work. Now, this is where I got it from the Turnitin plagiarism spectrum. The first one is cloning, submitting somebody else's work word for word as one's own. That's copying and pasting from each other, say, submitting the same assignment. We're going to pick it up. We've got detection tools that we're using, right? And we're going to be using Turnitin. So as soon as you submit your assignment, you don't have to do anything extra. You just have to submit your assignment, it goes directly into Turnitin, all right? And we're going to pick it up. We've got other tools also that are going to pick up AI text, all right? So we don't want any of those things. So Control and C, that means, containing significant portions of text from a single source. That means you just copy and paste some information and you just copy and paste it. Some things are your own, but a lot of it is copied. Find and replace, where you copy and paste from different sources, but then you change just keywords. You change a few keywords, but you change nothing else. And we see nothing of your own words or your own understanding coming through. That is all types of plagiarism, and we don't want you to do that. All right. Remix, mixing paraphrase material from multiple sources. Means you have different sources, they've paraphrased things and you copy and paste it and put it in, but there's no understanding coming from you. We've seen that a lot with the students, all right? And we don't want that to happen, and we don't want to see that from you. Even standard operating procedures, we've seen a lot of students put it through AI and give us that. We're going to give you 0 for any AI text now, all right? We're going to be very harsh with you. We're not going to tolerate that. That's why we're discussing this in the first class. So you know that you need to refrain from these things. Hybrid, combining perfectly cited sources with copied passages without citation. So can you see what's happening? It's a mixture of good work and a mixture of plagiarized work. Mashup, mixing copied material from multiple sources. You see that. Copy and paste from 5 different sources, put it together, and that's my work. That is called plagiarism, right? The 404 error, citing non-existent sources. A lot of you using AI tools and a lot of things, or sometimes you just copy and paste from somewhere and you put any source. So basically the source doesn't exist, which is plagiarism. Remember, sources are not there to just put it there. It's to make you understand that I've got this information from a certain source of information and I'm citing this person's ideas. All right, this is their idea. It's not my idea. I'm explaining what they're saying, but it's their idea. All right. RSS feed, including proper citation of sources, but containing almost no original work. You'll get a good citation, but copied and pasted work. Retweet, including proper citation, but relying too closely on the text original wording or structure. So basically, what we're seeing is that you're making simple changes or you're citing properly, but no original work is coming across, and you need to avoid all that. Another thing we see with students, I had one student had full quotations in a full answer. She cited everything, but the full assignment was quoted. So I couldn't pass the student. I'm sorry, you're not going to pass if you have all of that. So these are very, very serious things. So what are we looking for? If you do the academic integrity course, it shows you certain things. Now, you are not allowed to use any AI tools for your submissions at all. We've got detection tools, we're going to pick it up. Now, why are we telling you this in the age of AI? We are telling you this because you're a first level student. You don't have experience in working with AI tools ethically. You might be working with AI tools, but are you working with it ethically and critically? No. As a first level student and a business communication student, we want to train you to write. We don't want you to use tools to write for you because basically you're not achieving the learning outcome. All right, we do not want that. As you move with further courses at UNISA, we do teach you how to use AI responsibly. But in this course, you're not using anything. So don't come and say that I've told you to use anything. You're not allowed to use it. Even translation, you say, no, I'm writing in Afrikaans, I'm writing in French, and then I use that to translate it to English. You're not supposed to be doing that. We are supposed to see your language ability. All right? You're not going to use those translation apps either. All right? That's a big no-no. What I want you to do is that I'll show you in 1 or 2 classes, I'll show you how AI tools work. You can play around with it, but you're not going to use that information and you're not going to use the AI tools for your submissions because you're not adapting all of that. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Okay, I'm going to show you how you play with it and whatever and how dangerous it can be. What types of things? Remember, it has a whole lot of information that's fed into it and it feeds it back to you. And sometimes the sources are not correct. The information is incorrect, right? All that is not supposed to be happening because you're supposed to have the knowledge. So a big no AI tools at all. So if you're doing your background research and you're playing with it a little bit, you're going to put that in your declaration as well. I played with these things, and I tried to test these things out. These are the things I was testing out. But in your assessment itself, you're not going to use anything. All right. I told you about the academic integrity MOOC. Please complete that. Finally, about Turnitin. Both your written assessments are going through Turnitin. If you have no Turnitin report, you're going to get 0. So if I'm saying that once you upload your assignment, it's going to go through Turnitin automatically, how can I say that you're not going to have a Turnitin report? All right, now that's a question that I'm going to answer to you. And a lot of you will ask me this when you're submitting your assessments. I'm hoping that this class will be so good to give you the information that I won't have these issues with you. If you submit an image file, that means if you scan a document, it will not pick up Turnitin, you'll have no report. That means a 0. If you submit images within a file, that means if you're going to copy and paste information and copy it in your text and it's showing up as an image, it's not going to get picked up by Turnitin. You won't have a Turnitin report. It shows Turnitin report not generated. All right. If you include either you convert your document into an image or you scan it as a PDF, it's not going to show. All right. So we don't want that. So what we want you to do is use the Google Doc. What we want you to do is to use the Google Doc. We will explain that to you when we're doing the assessment, so don't stress for now. Start just playing around with Google Docs for now. Your Google Doc, you will convert that into a PDF. You should not have a problem. and that would be uploaded. So you should not have a scanned file or even converting a Google Doc into an image or using funny conversion applications that changes it into an image. So it should be readable, right? So you don't do all of that. We will pick that up. Even if you manipulate text, we will see that you've manipulated text. You will be sent for disciplinary hearing. So don't do all of that, right? But now in your Turnitin report, you'll see a percentage, the similarity percentage. That's not necessarily plagiarism. Similarity, you'll see some of the similarity is with the headings, table of contents, declaration. Don't worry about that. That most of you will have similar things. We're not worried about that. We're worried more about your actual work because you're going to write a lot. You're going to do a lot of business documents and essays and memoranda and business letters, SOPs. We're going to worry about the content of that. We're going to look at your content. We're going to ignore the aspects that have technical details and that we know how to work with that, right? We actually read the reports. So if your content is plagiarized and taken from AI and copied and pasted, we're going to have a problem with that. Please don't do that, right? Because we teach you how to write carefully. Okay, I'm done with my presentation and I've given you a lot of warnings as well. But besides the warning, this is a very nice course. It's an excellent course. You're going to love it. I've had students come, one student failed the 1 year and came back the following year and said, I'm actually so happy that I failed last year because now I've learned so much and I've learned what I've done wrong and what I can do and I'm applying it in my daily life. So I've had a lot of students talking very positively about the information they gain. But I'm warning you about the things you should not do because I trust you. You should trust yourself enough. And if you don't have this information, have it now. All right? Take it now and avoid plagiarizing. It's very easy to do work carefully. All right? I'm going to take 5 questions, that's all. Because a lot of students are asking the same things that are already shared, and we already 10 minutes over time. I'm going to take 5 questions. You can just unmute yourself and start asking. Unmute yourself and start speaking.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
I'm Zilene, and I'm sorry for asking this here, but this module is connected to, I think, with Microsoft 360, the one that we get for free at UNISA. I just have any number or any contact to just help me with that, because I think the first week when I registered, I went into our Florida. It's quite far, but our center is Florida UNISA, and they helped me register my Microsoft 365. So now it's been 2 weeks, and I was trying to do that document where I think it's for the other course or something, but we are going to use Word for this module. So now I can't edit anything. My Microsoft is not working. Who can I contact, especially on telephone? Because now I'm left behind on a lot of things.
I think your UNISA account, if it's okay, it gives you access to the Microsoft Word. So log in with your account, your UNISA email and the password in that Microsoft 365. Then you'll able to activate that Word.
Yes, it was working the first week. Now it gives me an error and it says I must contact my organization, of which is UNISA. So that's why I'm asking, because now they gave me this, take this error number to your organization. I use only that email. Who can I contact?
Have to connect.
If possible, maybe you'll have to go there to ICT, but normally with the email that you use to log in here or your student email and the password, it gives you access to Microsoft account. So
it's my UNISA help, Dzunisani. They have to contact my UNISA help. You have to contact my UNISA help. Yes.
But do my UNISA help the students? Asha, I'm just wondering if.
I'm not sure. Hey.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Maybe if she can go back there, maybe ICT there, if my UNISA help it's not working, because my UNISA help maybe work for us as a staff. I'm wondering if it's still applicable to students as well.
Okay, thank you.
So one of the two, you can try my UNISA help, but if it's not working, maybe if physically you can manage to go there. But normally, this your email and password, if they are working very well, you can able to connect with them using logging in with them on Word, and then it becomes activated.
Okay.
The next question.
Hello, sir. Can I ask a question?
Hi, Dzunisani and Ashiya. So I'm assuming, yeah, so maybe a couple of us might be asking questions that were covered before, because some of us had joined the link that was sent to us to another group. So how do we cover up in what we've lost in, because we've joined in later on, very late?
No problem regarding that. The session is recorded, but what we covered, we introduced the module to you. We showed the tools that we have on the module site. We have spoken about how to access assessment, like your announcement before the session, and the academic integrity that my colleague have shared. So, and this session is recorded. So after the session, you'll have to go under the welcome page, check the online session, and then this session will be uploaded there.
Okay.
The next question, the third one. Or you want to add, Ashiya?
Okay. Afternoon.
Afternoon.
I wanted to ask if we need the invigilation app for the MCQ, and also what's the maximum percentage for Turnitin, and how many attempts do we have for submitting an assignment on Turnitin? Yeah.
Okay, let me answer that question. For the MCQs, we'll provide details a little bit closer to the time. You're not going to use the Invigilator app. Last year, what we used was the Moodle proctoring tool, but there was a lot of technical issues with the Moodle proctoring tool. We'll just confirm with that, and then we'll provide that detail closer to the MCQ deadline. I hope that's fine for the MCQs. And then you were talking of Turnitin. Yes.
Maybe to add on that, maybe Ashiya, before you proceed.
Yes.
One of the problems that we had is the issue of safer browse, that people want to do the MCQ while they are opening another browse. So the settings that we have on the Moodle protocol, it doesn't allow you to open other browse. So if you try to do that, it will give you error, and maybe it will submit your what you are trying to attempt. And we won't be giving you grace or having mercy on that, because we will have information or evidence that you were trying to cheat.
Yes, because we get a lot of students. Yes, thank you for that, Dzunisani. I forgot about that, because a lot of students, what they do, they try and get answers from other websites and from each other, and that, so it locks your browser, so you cannot go. So you're not supposed to go into other tabs. So we will provide details of that closer to the time. I hope that makes sense. And finally, about the Turnitin. All right. Now, because you have, Turnitin gives you 3 attempts to upload a document. But now remember, the time is so short between assignments. Usually we have to keep the assignment open for 3 days, but I think we're going to open it slightly longer. We'll see how it goes. Dzunisani and I will decide and discuss it. And now you have to finish your assessment, upload it, and it takes 24 hours for the Turnitin report to show. So if you have a high similarity index, remember, we don't look at just the percentage. Because, like I told you before, we have to first remove all the technical bits from the similarity. We're looking at your content specifically, so we have to analyze your content. You need to see, even if you're looking at your Turnitin report, you need to see which of your content is so similar and see what's going on there, all right? So we ignore things like headings and table of contents and questions, and, because we're formatting a lot of similar things like letters and all that, you'll have similar addresses. We ignore all of that. That all, obviously, you'll have it similar. We're more worried about the content. So an exact percentage at the moment doesn't count. We will look at an exact percentage once we remove all of that and check your exact content. And then we'll explain that to you when we explain the assignments. I hope that makes sense to you.
Like, maybe to add on that,
Thank you.
there are some things that contribute which we have to minus when we count your similarity score. For example, we give you one declaration, like we have the similar questions or headings. So such things do contribute, but before we consider your score, we do minus that. But there is something that we don't tolerate. Like, for example, if your assignment it's 80 to 100 score, we normally give you 0. So another thing that I would like to bring to your attention, it's either we'll give you 2 or 3 submissions, so that when you see that your score is high or there is too much plagiarism, you can go and try to reduce it and resubmit it. I think Ms. Osman, you are fine with this, so that they can able to see their score and resubmit again, either 2 submissions or 3.
You know what? No, you see, students mustn't get the wrong idea. You cannot resubmit an assessment after it's graded and after the closing date.
No, not in terms of that. I mean, when they submit for the first time, before the
Yes, for
due
the first
date,
time, yes.
they
You can
need to
do it.
submit early, and then if they have 2 submissions, then they can reduce the similarity or the plagiarized part or the one that is highlighted, and then resubmit again. So we'll give them
100%.
either 2 or 3. We'll agree on this, but it's either 2 or 3 submissions, so that someone
We'll
can
have to
able to.
confirm with Erica. I think Erica told us there's 3 attempts that they can upload it again before the closing date. But we'll confirm with students and let them know in the next class. All right.
Okay.
We need to confirm it with the Turnitin department here at UNISA first, right? Because sometimes the rules change there. But you can do that if you're submitting the first time and you submitted early enough and you saw that, look at it, my submission is 70% similar, has a 70% similarity, then that's a bit of a problem. Then I want to rework my things and then submit it again. You can before the closing date. But I think it's 2 or 3, but we will confirm with Erica and tell you in the next class, all right?
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I think it will be the last question.
Yes.
Hello, sir.
Can I
Yes.
jump in? Okay.
So can I ask, is there some sort of, so I wanted to ask, is there some sort of tutorial for how to do the Turnitin thing?
If you go onto the Adobe website, I will put the details in the class and in the message that I sent. Okay, what I'll do is that I'm going to update the welcome page. I'm going to put in the address for Adobe and also where I'll put it here somewhere on the website. I will put it on the welcome page. That's a group at UNISA. It's a digital learning center. They do have little MOOCs and little videos and little courses, small little instructional videos, should I say, on how to do simple things like, uploading things, how Turnitin work, how to use Microsoft Word, how to use the Microsoft 365. It has all of that. So you can go onto that. And also for details like, my UNISA help, I'll just put that email address there as well. As soon as I update it, I will send you an announcement. Then students can just go and have a look on the welcome page where it's updated once I put in the recording as well. All right.
The lady who was talking, saying she came first, be the last one.
Oh, it was me. I was asking in terms of similarities. I know you're probably going to touch on this a little bit later, but what can we consider a high or an acceptable similarity amount?
The minimum that we consider since your first year, 30% will be sufficient. But you can have a similarity that is maybe 42 or 50 when you see it. But then when we come to minus, it can come back to that 30%. So as much as we want 30%, it's possible it's higher, but contributed by some things that we have given all of you. Like, as I have said, the declaration that we use, maybe the welcome, the first page, maybe if we have given you. So such things will contribute to the similarity. And then before we minus any marks, we will have to consider such things. Actually, we need to check what is highlighted in your work to make that number high or to make that 30%.
Let me just explain to the students also one more thing. We're not looking at an overall score all the time. We look at each question. Sometimes you'll have a score of only 30 or 35%, but if we go into it, we'll see the entire essay was plagiarized. So that 30% means the whole essay was plagiarized, and we give you 0 for the essay. Right? So you have to go in and look at your report. Don't just look at the percentage. That's what I'm saying. Percentage, sometimes one student had like 42% similarity, but we went in I mean, once we took out all the headings and the technical bits, it was only 10% of similarity, and that also was not really copying and pasting. Was just, I think the student had one or two quotes, and there was one or two sentences that were copied and pasted. And, you know, like I told you, they were remixed, you know, so I minus just 1 or 2 marks because the student, you know, did a very bad job of paraphrasing correctly. But it depends on what you're giving us. Sometimes I told you a student can have just 30% or 28%, but we look, that 28% of your assignment was the whole essay. And the whole essay was plagiarized, so we'll give you 0 for that essay. So you need to be careful. We go question for question. We look at everything. So you're looking at your report, look at the similarity score, but we'll show you that. And there is some videos on that on Adobe, but I'll share all that with you hopefully before the weekend. I'm going to try and do that. I'll send you one announcement only when I tell you that this video is uploaded. And we've sorted out the links, and also I'll give you all those extra details of that Adobe where they give you those little instructional videos on Turnitin and Microsoft and all. I'll just send one announcement out. So just give me a day or so and I'll do that, all right? So students, now that you have all the information, go and study. We'll see you, I think the next class is in 2 weeks' time. Just have a look at the schedule. Let me see when's the next
Yeah, I
class.
think on the 27th, they will be meeting with me.
It's 27th of February on a Thursday at 12 again till 1:30. Now, before you come to that class, you need to study learning units 1 to 5. You must go through, study each learning unit with its online learning resource. Learning unit 1 doesn't have a learning resource. 2 to 5 have online learning resources. Study that, and you can go through the videos, the pre-recorded videos we've put of each of the classes. Go through that. So you have 2 weeks. In this 2 weeks, check your time, put your times aside for each of those things. And then in that next class, we will be answering your questions and just give you a quick overview of learning units 1 to 5. Because in those, if you look at those videos, there's such good videos. We've explained so much in them. We've explained and unpacked a lot of the learning units in there already, right? A lot of the content. So students, I think we have answered all your questions. Now we would expect you to go and start studying because you know where to start. For those that missed the first part, we're sorry about that. There must have been some technical issue. Maybe I didn't change something. I'll go and have a look at that, all right? So sorry about that. And we will upload the video so you will have that. And today was just orientation. So you know from the onset what's expected of you and how you need to start studying. So work out your study schedule as soon as you leave this class. So thank you, students. Dzunisani, anything else before we close?
Yeah, I just want to indicate that they can continue to interact with us either on the chat section for this session, or they can talk with us via the email and we will respond to any query. But please, before you ask questions, just read and check and be sure that you don't ask things that are already there, because sometimes people will say that we are rude, we don't want to reply to them, but we have given you things. So please, before you ask us, just double check that all this information is not there. If it's not there, we'll be happy, you know, to assist you. Or if you miss to get the guide, it's fine. We can still guide you on how to get the information. But we won't really be excited to answer something that we have spoken about or we have given you, because we prepared those things so that it can be easy, you know, to learn, to teach this module. All the best. Thank you.
The best, students. Take care. Bye.
Get it?
Um,
Ashiya.